Xebec and Teach may actually be father and son. Like, Bucky might be in there too, but let me holler at CPS. Pops really went to go get milk and came back with a crew of house Shoku users. Well, he didn't really come back, but that's besides the point. I remember when Oda revealed what countries characters were from, and the moment I knew Blackbeard was Somalian, I promise you, I knew this dude was a whole villain. Peep it. I had beef with this dude from Somalia. I ain't gonna lie to you, they scrap different. The whole family jumped. On life, I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it. They pulled up like the Power Rangers. I had beef with the son, the daddy, the granddaddy, the aunt, the uncle, the mama, the grandmama, the niece, the nephew, and the dog. Now, bearing in mind, I was like 2nd grade, but... Okay, clearly I lied. I have no beef. Pacifist. Da. Rest in peace, Kuma. Loki's mother never fails to show us why she is a piece of... So, Xebec killed an admiral. I've heard of people fighting admirals or running away from admirals, but bro killed an admiral. And correct me if I'm wrong, he killed an admiral at Mary Joie. Fighting one is one thing. Dropping that body is another. At that point, that puts you in the Naruto bingo book of universal criminals. Bro has that Uchiha massacre notoriety. Itachi. But if you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join the notification gang. Every like and every subscription motivates me to make more content. Almost like when you give money in a church, you know, keeps the church going 1 week forward. Every like you give keeps the channel going 1 week forward. Despite the fact that there'll probably be a chapter next week, or this week, because it's now this week. Honestly, this chapter really just showed me how much of a problem Big Mom has been and was retrospectively. She was yay high, and after that cannibalistic feast, the country went through famine, poverty, basically anything that could cripple a country, they went through it. Bad weather, the works. Whew. Loki was a big ass baby. This chapter really showed me how bad things were for him because the situation was so hot, he decided to pull a Kaido. Can't use that word on YouTube, but y'all remember how Kaido was introduced into the story. Tell me something different. We start off the chapter with Loki climbing back and he sees his mother, and the mother is just upset. She's like, get away from me, you heathen. I don't want to talk to you no more, and I don't want no babies neither. It's interesting because over the course of the chapter, he acted out and it was really hurting him that he had no relationship with his mother. And the thing is that he ain't even do nothing. Bro was just a little different. Come on. Once the country started to fall apart, they genuinely just blamed him because they deemed him as evil because of his eyes and whatnot. At this point, I would have just been like, Byakugan, and I would have ran a nasty fade. Like, they disliked Loki so bad, they beat up his brother. You know how bad you gotta be to have beef with one dude. Now, bearing in mind, the other brother ain't got nothing to do with it. And don't get me wrong, usually when there's beef and whatnot, sometimes the whole family can get it. But come on, these guys is kids. Now, they some big ass kids, but you know, point is that, you know, hydrogen didn't do nothing. Don't even go there. Don't even go there. With the way everything has basically played out, especially for Loki, it's genuinely sad because he needed a genuine hug just to make him feel better, because he was literally born into the world and cast out as an outcast. And at this point, he's now been locked up. And the fact that he's moving the way that he's moving now really shows you that despite everything that he went through, he took it like a G. One thing I'd like to really touch upon is the fact that Harold comes back and says that, you know, all the countries united and, you know, they decided to help us and stuff. That's great. But I find it interesting that, you know, they were going through famine, but yet all the countries were able to sit there and provide enough food to the point where everybody was satisfied. Now, bearing in mind, giants ain't regular humans. Loki, big as shit. What I find interesting is the amount of food they were able to provide. That's like being a regular human and feeding the family full of shacks. Ordering out for one, especially on DoorDash, is expensive enough. Now times that by 7, or by 7 shacks. And now you understand my problem. So, D Xebec, a character that we have constantly heard about, people wanted movies about, has now pulled up in Elbaph, which was years ago, 56 years prior to the current timeline. And, whew, not gonna lie, Oda, you set the standard with this one. The fact that he dropped an Admiral, that he packed him up, like we smoking on that Admiral pack. I can't even imagine the kind of power this man must have to be able to drop an Admiral at Marine Joie, allegedly. Also, there is also the possibility he might be Buggy Daddy too, but I feel like that's just a character design and people are getting a little carried away with it. Because if you're gonna reveal that it is Blackbeard's daddy, I don't see why he wouldn't just reveal that it's Buggy's daddy all in the same sentence. You're not gonna recreate the same sensation that people felt the moment the reveal was exposed. I knew this dude was weird the moment I saw that he got like highlights in his hair, so his hair is like half black, half white. And he got dreads too. That's when you know you're dealing with a problem. Real spit. Whether he got 2 devil fruits or 3 devil fruits, this guy's hockey must be of the demon realm. Because to fight an Admiral, as I was saying before, is one thing. To drop one is an entirely different situation. Now it makes me sit there and think. His bounty isn't higher than Roger's because Roger had the highest bounty in the entire series. But I do sit there and wonder where this man was standing at with that money. I don't know. In regards to abilities, where do we even stand? Did he have the Yami Yami no Mi? And Whitebeard's fruit? Clearly he probably didn't, because I would assume Whitebeard had his powers at that point in time. But regardless of that, my question is, what took him out? Gotta be Emu at this point. Emu probably sick of all them people with them D's in that. And he probably just packed him up at one point and was like, oh, so you the real villain of the show. And he basically sat there and was like, hey, look, you've had an incredible run, but at this point, it's my time to come out. But yeah, either way, what did you think of this chapter? Did you like this chapter? Did you not like this chapter? Where do you think the story's going next? This Elbaph flashback is crazy. I don't even know what Xebec is about to do in Elbaph, but clearly ain't gonna be nothing good. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'ma holla at y'all later, man. Peace!